The Equalizer with Denzel Washington is a million times better than Sword Art Online. While Denzel brings real grit and excitement to the screen, SAO is just a jumbled mess of tired tropes and endless angst. Buckle up as we break down the epic action and solid storytelling of The Equalizer to show why it wipes the floor with that overrated anime. Let's get into it.
The Equalizer is a 2014 American thriller movie. It's loosely based on the 1980s TV series of the same name. Let's take a look at everything The Equalizer does right. This movie does a great job showing Robert McCall's daily routine. The script for this movie originally had no backstory about Robert. Denzel Washington, the actor who plays Robert, was the one who came up with much of the character's background and backstory, including making Robert have OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder. Denzel Washington even interviewed a bunch of people with OCD in order to gain insight on how to play that disorder correctly. Chloe Grace Moretz does a great job playing her character in this movie. The role was originally written for someone aged 24. However, Chloe Grace Moretz impressed director Antoine Fuqua so much, he made the role younger. Ralphie's Foreigner World Tour t-shirt here is a nice touch. Their song Urgent was actually used in France to promote the Equalizer TV series. That's a nice Easter egg. It's funny how Slavy called Robert a dedushka. That's actually Russian for grandfather. It's nice how Robert is willing to pay for Terry's freedom first. It goes to show that he's always willing to give people a chance. Even people that he finds detestable, he's only going to resort to using violence if he has no other choice. It's cool how Robert is able to pick up on the little details. It definitely feels like something out of a Sherlock Holmes movie. It goes to show that Robert is very well trained and he knows how to spot the opponent's weakness. This is a pretty epic fight scene. It's cool how Robert is able to single-handedly defeat all the Russian guys without even breaking a sweat. This movie does a fantastic job portraying Robert's abilities. The death scenes in this movie are extremely brutal. Antoine Fuqua does a good job directing the violence. I'm sure that all the action movie fans are very thrilled.
Hit it on something stupid.
Ooh, that's a pretty harsh burn. Something stupid is obviously referring to the Russian guys that Robert killed earlier in the movie.
I'm here to tell you what to do.
That's a nice Pulp Fiction reference. That line is an exact quote from The Wolf, who also just happens to be a man who knows how to look after things when there are dead bodies involved.
I'm here to tell you what to do.
That's definitely very fitting. It's nice how Robert is always willing to help out Ralphie. First, he helped him with the security guard training, and now he's helping him clean up the restaurant. It goes to show that Robert is very kind-hearted towards his friends, but he's also very vicious and cruel towards his enemies. Once again, Robert is willing to let the corrupt cops return the money first. As I said before, Robert is always willing to give people a chance. The writers did a good job keeping Robert's character consistent. This is a very clever shot. It's a subtle way to tell the audience that Robert took care of the robber, and not in a very peaceful way either. You can tell that Robert has a lot of experience doing this. He knows exactly what the police will be doing and saying, and he's also one step ahead of them. Once again, Robert definitely has a lot of experience with this. He can tell that guy is a fake just by looking at his hands. It's quite bold of Robert to just walk up to the bad guys and take pictures of them. This movie does a great job keeping up Robert's fearless demeanor. Honey can indeed help clean and heal wounds. It can provide nutrients and other chemicals that speed up the wound healing process. It's nice how this movie is also scientifically accurate. Teddy is very clever. Just like Robert, he also has a lot of experience with this kind of thing. While the other three guys don't know any better, Teddy knows that this is all a setup and Robert is trying to mislead them. This movie does a good job explaining Robert's motivations. He can't really explain the exact reason why he's saving other people. He simply just does it because he knows that it's the right thing to do. He can't just stand by and do absolutely nothing. The car here is a Series 3 Jaguar XJ. That's actually the exact same model of car that Robert McCall drove in the Equalizer TV series. That's definitely a nice Easter egg. Whoa, that was pretty slick. You can tell that this isn't the first time that Robert has disarmed a person with a gun before. This is a nice reference to the movie Inside Man. Denzel Washington was also the main star of that movie. He played a police officer who got a clue from one of the bank robbers that said, "Follow the ring." Once again, it's nice how Robert is giving Teddy a chance here. He's not going to do anything if Teddy just backs out. As I stated before, this is consistent with Robert's character. Of course, we know that Teddy can't just simply back out and leave, because he's working for some very dangerous people.
What do you see when you look at me?
Ah, so that's where the movie's tagline comes from. It's actually very fitting how we never learn about Robert's true backstory. It just makes his character more mysterious. Since you don't know everything, your mind has to fill in the blanks.
Agent Mosley, please.
Agent Mosley is actually a reference to the Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin movie Midnight Run 1988. In that movie, the character Agent Mosley was played by Yaphet Kotto. This is a pretty epic explosion scene here. It definitely fits the whole cool guys don't look at explosions trope. The bad guys in this movie are pretty clever. They know that they can't get Robert to give up, so they go for the people he cares about instead. Robert might not care about his own safety, but he definitely cares about the people he works with and his friends. The song being played on the PA system here is actually called Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Earlier in the movie, Robert said that he was a Pip.
I was a pip.
The movie does a great job making this a very brutal death scene. It's quite merciless how Robert is just standing there and watching the guy die. Whoa, that is even more brutal. This movie certainly doesn't hold back when it comes to the violence. Wow, the death scenes in this movie just become more and more violent. It's interesting to see how Robert just uses random items in the store to kill the thugs. He's skilled at using pretty much anything, and he doesn't need to rely on using a gun or anything like that. As you can see, Robert is struggling to fight against this bad guy. It goes to show that Robert might be very experienced, but he is much older, so of course the younger guys would have an advantage in a fight. It's not like Robert is invincible or anything. It's nice how Ralphie is returning the favor here. Robert has helped out Ralphie quite a bit throughout the course of this movie, and Ralphie is finally able to pay Robert back. The background music here is pretty epic. It definitely fits with the tone of this scene, as does the slow motion. This is a very shocking death scene. No pun intended. It's very satisfying to see all the different ways that Robert has killed the bad guys in this movie. This is a very touching conversation here between Robert and Terry. It's nice how Robert was able to give Terry a fresh start. This movie really started when Robert decided to get revenge for Terry. By bringing Terry back into the picture, the viewer is reminded of the reason why Robert started his vigilanteism. The title of the Craigslist post here is a nice reference to the slogan of the original Equalizer TV show. That's a nice Easter egg. The Eminem song here, Guts Over Fear, is perfect for this movie. The lyrics definitely fit the movie and the characters. Furthermore, the song was actually part of the trailer for this movie. Well, that's it for this video. What did you think of the Equalizer? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Also, let me know which is your favorite Denzel Washington movie. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications for my channel so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
As you can see, the Equalizer absolutely outshines Sword Art Online in every way. It's packed with thrilling action that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and Denzel Washington delivers an unforgettable performance as the lead character. His portrayal brings depth and charisma that SAO's characters can only dream of. Plus, the intense, gripping storyline in the Equalizer pulls you in and never lets go, while SAO stumbles with a convoluted plot and shallow character development. When it comes to entertainment, there's just no comparison. The Equalizer is a true cinematic gem, while SAO is a disappointment. If you're trying to decide what to watch, just skip Sword Art Online and dive straight into the Equalizer movies. Trust me, you'll have a much better time. The excitement, the nail-biting action sequences, and Denzel Washington's incredible performance are all reasons why the Equalizer deserves your attention. It's mind-blowing that Sword Art Online gets so much hype when it pales in comparison. With its engaging storylines and rich character development, the Equalizer offers a cinematic experience that truly captivates. Don't waste your time on the awfulness of SAO when you can enjoy something that's genuinely thrilling and impactful. If you're on the lookout for another fantastic Sony film, you definitely need to check out the Angry Birds movie too.